Hey guys, Josh from SoccerReviewsForYou.com, bringing you my first attempt at an actual vlog. So this is not like a day in the life kind of thing, but this is something that I do almost on a daily basis. So right now the plan is to head to the field. I got a couple pairs of shoes that I want to get some testing time in. I'm planning on making a playtest video very soon, but I just want to get a little bit more time in a couple different pairs until I make the playtest video, just so I have kind of as much wear time in the shoes as I think I need to share an overall opinion. But nonetheless, that's what I'm going to be doing, and I'm kind of taking you guys along with me. I'm not sure what I'm going to end up recording. I'm kind of just making this as a test video, so let me know what you guys think of the final product down below in the comment section. So I'm pretty much ready to go. I'm just packing up my backpack, so I figured I would show you guys what I normally take with me when I'm just testing out a few pairs of shoes. I've got a backpack. This is an Adidas one with a little kind of pouch on the front where you can put a soccer ball. I normally only bring 2 balls with me if I'm just kind of going by myself and just testing out shoes. I'll only be there for an hour, hour and a half or so. But I've got a Champions League ball, and I've got a Select Berlin Super. I've got a Nike just hand pump there that I bring with me. Just, it's always good to have a pump handy. And then I'm testing out today, or just want to get more time in the Nike Mercurial Vapor 10, which is a shoe that is a really good shoe. It's not necessarily a major upgrade over the Vapor 10, although I much prefer the sole plate and stud pattern. The upper, you could argue, is not necessarily as good depending on what your preferences are, but as a whole I think it is a nice improvement over the Vapor 10. And then I've got the Adidas X16 Plus Pure Chaos, which out of all the new models from the X and the Messi line, I think these are my favorite. I really like them, and I've been wearing them for quite a bit over the last couple of weeks. So that's kind of what I'm going to be taking with me to the soccer field and testing it out. Alright guys, so I am walking to the field. Depending on what field that I go to, I sometimes walk. It's about a 10-minute walk from my house, the place that I go to normally. And if it's a nice day, I'll walk there. It kind of acts as a nice little warm-up. Otherwise I'll drive to a nicer field. If there's a freaking plane. Anyways, I'm walking to the field and recording myself in public. I've never really done this before. I feel really weird. I don't like doing it, but I'm gonna do it because whatever. And I don't know. It's weird kind of just walking and talking to yourself, holding a camera in front of your face. Luckily there's no one around right now, so I don't feel too embarrassed or ashamed of myself, but this is the people filming themselves while walking around. That's kind of the cool thing to do right now. I've always thought it was really goofy, but I'm doing it today, so I don't know. Let me know what you guys think of this. I'm also outside. It's a little bit breezy, so I'm not sure how the microphone on this camera is going to pick up the wind. Hopefully it's not too bad, but I guess we won't know until I go back and edit the footage. But unless it's absolutely horrible, I probably still will use it in the video, and if the audio is not so great, I'll do my best to fix it. Some kind of windscreen I'll have to build for the camera, but nonetheless, I'm on the way into the field. I should be there in a couple minutes, and talk to you guys when I'm there. I made it, and of course when I got here I found out that the gate was locked, which I still haven't really figured out when they have it open and when they have it closed, so I had to hop the fence. Hopefully I don't get kicked off. Doesn't seem like the groundskeepers are here right now, so I should be okay. But nonetheless, going to be testing out mainly the Vapor today. I've got quite a bit of time in this shoe, but I want to wear them just one more time until I make a playtest video, just so I'm 100% confident in kind of what my thoughts are on the performance and the feel and the comfort and pretty much every single aspect of the shoe, if that makes any sense. If I do get time, I will just give the X16 Plus a go, just because I like wearing this shoe. It's really comfortable for me. It fits surprisingly well. This big lace shroud seems like it wouldn't be the greatest thing in terms of, I guess, hindering the lacing system and the way the shoe fits in general. But it actually does feel really cool. It's a really interesting shoe in general. It doesn't really compare to anything else, but I quite like it. So like I said, today the focus is the Vapor 10, and like I said, let's get some time in them. So it's been about an hour, and as expected, I got kicked off the field because, like I said, the gate was closed. You're not supposed to be on here, but just depends. Sometimes they kick you off, sometimes they don't. So I only got about an hour in. I think that's all I'm gonna do because it's pretty hot today. I'm tired, so I'm gonna go home, and then when I get back, we're actually gonna do a sit down and actually talk about the Vapor 10, as that's the only shoe that I got to today. And given that this is a soccer channel, if I'm gonna vlog, I figured I'd make it about the shoe that I'm testing in that particular vlog. So hopefully you guys like this, and like I said, I'll see you back in the office. Just because I know a lot of you guys will ask, that's not the only field I have access to. It's just the one that's close to my house and kind of convenient for me to just do a 10-minute walk to. Sometimes I get kicked off, sometimes I don't. Like I said, if I'm actually going to be kind of planning a longer session, I won't go to that field just because I know there's a possibility of me getting kicked off. So just know that yes, I do have access to other fields. It's not the only one I go to. This is just the one that's close to my house when I feel like walking to the field. Another thing I know a lot of you guys will probably ask about is just the way that I practice in general. Obviously I showed you guys a couple clips of kind of what I do when it comes to testing shoes. The majority of people, especially younger kids, when I see them at the field practicing by themselves or with their friends, it's often a lot of free kicks, and I try to avoid taking a ton of free kicks just because it's not a small part of the game. It's just something that happens every once in a while, and I don't know, it's never been my thing. I kind of get bored of just taking free kicks. So I like to juggle, I like to move around a little bit, do a little bit of dribbling, try to hit a moving ball as opposed to just a free kick, just because I feel like that's a more important skill at the end of the day. Yes, free kicks are important to practice, but especially when it comes to testing out shoes, a free kick's only going to tell you so much about how a shoe feels and performs. So like I said, I try to keep moving, I try to juggle, I try to really feel the shoe in more of a game type situation as opposed to just free kicks. So that's kind of what I think about when it comes to testing out a pair of shoes, and hopefully that answers that question as to why I don't take a ton of free kicks. I take them for the playtest videos that I make, kind of for the entertainment value, but when I'm on my own, free kicks are not something that I regularly practice. So I'm back with the Vapors, and the more and more I wear the Vapor 11, the more and more I really think it is a nice improvement over the Vapor 10, kind of like what I talked about earlier in the video. What I don't like as a change in comparison to the Vapor 10 is the upper, and when I say don't like, it's just a very, very small difference. I prefer the upper on the Vapor 10 for the simple fact that it is completely smooth, it's a little bit more simple, and because of the lack of texturing or lack of, I guess, the 3D rib design, it does come across as a little bit thinner. But again, the difference from one shoe to the next, the Vapor 11 to the Vapor 10, is super, super small. So yes, the Vapor 10 is technically a little bit thinner, but the Vapor 11 is certainly not what I would consider to be a thick shoe. It's still one of the thinnest options out there, just a touch thicker than what we got from the Vapor 11, which as a positive, it does actually feel more reinforced in comparison to the Vapor 10. So the responsiveness, I would say, is slightly improved coming from the Vapor 10 to the Vapor 11, and it was already really good on the Vapor 10. The actual amount of grip that the friction or the texturing on the upper actually provides is pretty minimal. Again, not super different in comparison to the Vapor 10. But for me, the sole plate, the stud pattern, and the way the shoe fits and feels in general because of the sole plate and stud pattern just make this shoe, like I said, a nice improvement over the Vapor 10. I really like the fact that the sole plate, you kind of sit in it as opposed to on top of it, just because it has a little bit of shape to it. It has a very connected sensation, and it prevents your foot from sliding from side to side or forward and back once you pull the laces tight. And given the upper fits as tight as it does, and it's so thin, you really get this kind of sensation of not wearing any shoes at all, a weightless sensation, if you will. And again, it's very responsive. The shoe doesn't move around. It's got that kind of instantaneous reaction time that you got from the Vapor 10, but I think you get that much better from the Vapor 11. And then the traction on the firm ground variation, it's as aggressive as we've ever seen from the Mercurial line. And if you just want outright aggressive traction, the new Mercurial lineup, whether it's the Vapor 10, Vapor 11, the Superfly 5, this new stud pattern is absolutely fantastic and works extremely well on firm natural grass. So all in all, I am impressed with the Vapor 11. There are little things about it that I prefer on the Vapor 10, like the thickness of the upper, but absolutely everything else I really think is a nice improvement, and as a whole, I think this is a better shoe in comparison to the Vapor 10, but let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. This shoe's been out for a couple weeks now, so some of you guys probably have them. Share your opinions down below in the comment section, and look out for more content on the Vapor 11, as well as the rest of the new Mercurial line in the near future on the channel. Alright, so that is the end of the video, guys. Let me know what you guys thought of this kind of vlog style testing video where I go out to the field, test a particular shoe, come back, talk about it, and share some stuff along the way. This is, like I said, the first time that I've done something like this, so if you like it, yes, I can make more. Let me know down below in the comment section, feedback, stuff like that. Given that this is the first one, I'm sure there will be things that you may not like about it. There probably is going to be audio issues just based on not having a windscreen on the mic, but that's something that I plan on fixing very, very soon. But overall, I like this concept. I think it's kind of a cool idea, but let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section and whether or not you'd like to see more of this on the channel. So that's pretty much it, guys. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to support it with a like. Again, be sure to leave your feedback or any questions that you have down below in the comment section, and I definitely will get an answer out to you. All my social media information is linked in the description as well, so go ahead and check that out. And with that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.